Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Coach Colton here at Columbus Martial Arts. Hope you're having a great day today. This week has been belt testing week so far. The tests have gone very well. And then, of course, next week is promotions for elite. Our promotions won't be next week in class. They're going to be not this Saturday, but next Saturday back at the Vicelli High School Auditorium. Today, I want to do a quick video for you guys talking about goals. And goals for us are so important. One of the reasons I decided to kind of stretch my legs and go for this different camera angles is to show that one of the two posters we have in the recording area, talks about goals, because, goals are the foundation for everything that we do here at Columbus Martial Arts Academy. Every parent has a different goal for their child because every child is different. You might have that loud, outgoing, rambunctious child who you want to rein in and, teach, more focus, patience, self-discipline, those kinds of things. Or you may have a very, shy, calm, collected, thoughtful student that needs to break out of their shell a bit more, try new things, gain some confidence, gain some more courage, that kind of stuff. But regardless of the student, every one of our students that's successful in reaching their black belt got there because they had some kind of goal. And the reason I did this video is I actually had a meeting with a parent last week that I think is a great example of why sometimes things don't work out. And this parent walked in. It was a mom with her 3 teenage children. Only one of the children was going to be participating in the lesson that day. She had been interested in martial arts for him. And she came in and I asked, hey, ma'am, so this is Johnny's first time. Johnny wasn't his actual name, obviously. I just kind of used that as a placeholder, but I think you guys know that by now. It's Johnny's first time doing martial arts. He's, 13 years old. He's never trained. Why did you want him to do martial arts? And she said, well, I saw your advertisement on Facebook. And then the crickets start to chirp. That's not really a reason why we train. We see plenty of advertisements. You don't jump on every one that you see. So I say, okay, well, what specifically about the advertisement, made you interested in having him come by and try it out, made you think it was going to be a good idea? And she said, well, he doesn't really do anything at home. He's not active in anything. I want him to try something new. And I said, okay, awesome. And as I kind of pan my eyes across the room, I can see him and his posture and how he's sitting me. And you did not have to be, a psychiatrist or a therapist to know that he did not want to be there. He was sitting slouched in his chair, arms folded. He was looking down. You kind of smack his lips every time she'd say something, as teenagers do. I could tell right away it was not his decision to be here that day. He had absolutely zero interest in doing martial arts. So I asked her, okay, did he express any interest in doing it? Did he see the advertisement? She said, nope, I totally sprung on him on this today. It's something that I want him to try. And I said, okay, ma'am, well, why is it so important that you have him, try this? There are plenty of things, but there's something specific about the martial arts advertisement that you saw that made you want to bring him in. Are you looking for anything specific? Some families want focus, some families want confidence, some families want self-defense. What do you want? And she was adamant. She just said, I just want him to try it out. I don't have any goals for him. Those were the exact words that came out of her mouth. She said, I do not have any goals for him. And for me, that's a big deal because I think everyone needs to and has to have a set of goals. And they don't have to be, getting your black belt. I'd love for it. Obviously, I'm a little biased at Columbus Martial Arts on my shirt. I wanted to get to be their black belt. But it could be, become an engineer. It could be learn how to cook, gain a new skill, get to a certain college, gain some attribute they didn't have before. But every leader anywhere has some kind of goal, because without a goal, without something to shoot towards, you're not going to put in any work. So I said, okay, ma'am, I totally understand that you want him to try this thing out, but I can tell, look at him right here. He does not want to be here. You said he sprung it on him. You can see he's slouched down. He keeps smacking his lips. He doesn't want to do it. If this is something that he doesn't want to do, are you going to force him to do it even if he doesn't want to? And her answer was no. I'm looking for something that he wants to do. Okay, I understand. I absolutely understand you're not wanting him to force him to do it. But I can tell right now, if you're not going to force him to do it and he already looks like he doesn't want to be here, doesn't want to do it, let's go ahead, cut the time, save us both some time. I don't think it's going to be a good fit today. And she goes, oh, well, no, I still want him to try it. I said, okay, so you're thinking that by him trying out the one lesson today, we're going to have a complete transformation of, hey, he doesn't want to do this thing. He's already got his walls up. He's defensive. And now, this is something that he wants to do after, a 15, 20-minute introductory lesson. It's just not going to work. But I have some time today. I'll still go through the lesson and, get through the lesson. And of course, by the end, He's still, stick in the mud like many teenagers, just wants to be left alone, go to his room and not do anything, right? And this harkens back to a previous video we did before where I talked about the two different types of parents, the two different types of families that originally look for martial arts. You have your goal-oriented families, which ultimately is where I want everyone to be at. Then you have your happy-go-lucky fun families. They're just in, maybe they don't have any goals initially, but the child thinks it's something that they want to do, and the family's willing to take some time and stuff to invest and see if this is a route that they really want to go. But this family wasn't in either. It wasn't a happy-go-lucky family. The child did not want to do it. It was not cool for the child, and also wasn't a goal-oriented family. The student didn't have any goals, and the parents said they didn't have any goals. But even though the mom said she didn't have any goals, I felt like there were some goals there that maybe she just wasn't saying. She wasn't enumerating it very well. She wanted him to get out of the house. She wanted him to get active. She wanted him to be more sociable. She wanted him to do more than just sit around, twiddle his thumbs on social media and on the electronic device all day. That's what I think your set of goals what was for him, digging a little deeper. But he didn't want to do it. Okay, so she's magically grasping at straws, trying to find something this student is going to fall in love with. Spoiler alert: that's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. That you just happen to fall into something that overnight you just fall in love with, because kids and adults, we're very fickle. We're very fickle. Our minds change all the time. If you're relying on just your child's, fun factor to have them stick with this from white belt to black belt, that's not going to happen. One week, maybe they like Legos. Next week, maybe they're like Pokemon. Week after that, maybe they want to be a basketball star. Kids change their minds all the time. And parents, I know that you expect this, or hopefully you expect this, and maybe you even have experience, because I know there's parents out there, when you walk into the cupboard or maybe your child's closet and you pull open the door, you're assaulted by falling baseball bats and hockey sticks and acoustic guitars and all of these things they started and never finished, right? And here at Columbus Martial Arts, I want my students to be goal-orientated. And if they're not goal-orientated, I meet with the families and I meet with the students so that they can become goal-orientated, because as you move through our different programs, the last program, our highest program, is our leadership program. Other than our junior black belt program, that's kind of a subset of our leadership program. And the common thread that binds all leaders together, like I said in the beginning, was having goals. If you don't have a goal to become stronger, smarter, kinder, more focused, more confident, then when it gets tough, when it loses that sheen of being this new happy-go-lucky fun thing in it, when it starts to become hard work, the student will want to quit. And sometimes the families will want to quit too, as they have to invest time in doing the belt testings and going over and helping their student practice at home and coming to the tournament and those kinds of things. Without a set of goals, you're never going to kind of reach the destination of where you want to be. So that's the reason for this video today. If you don't have goals with your student, talk about them. Or even if your student doesn't have goals, that's okay too. The expectation, especially my younger students, to have 5- and 6-year-olds who say, I want to do X, Y, and Z in my life. Well, they're not at that stage yet, obviously. They're not at that maturity, and that's where it's the parent's job to step in, create those goals for them, and then have them stick to those goals, even when, they might want to kind of wiggle out of things and take the easy way out. Parents, they're serious about their child's, gaining self-defense skills and being bully-proof and being able to protect themselves, are going to stick with the program, even when it's not fun, and have their child do the training when it gets tough. Or after belt testing time like this week, maybe you get the news next week and you don't get your belt, and you failed your test, and the student is hemming and hollering because they're sad that they failed their belt test, but they're saying, I don't want to do martial arts anymore. Well, the parent says, hey, just because we had this hard time isn't a reason to quit. Our goals haven't changed. We still want X, Y, and Z, right? So just know, without the goals, there's no driving factors to get us to our end destination. And that's really all I want to talk to you guys about today. If you have any examples of your students struggling, or a case that you've heard about when they've had a trying time and overcame and pursued their goals, let me know in the comments, okay? It's fun a lot of times. 80% of the time, my students are chomping at the bit to learn a new move, play a game, pass their strike test. The other 20% of the time, they're going to have to put in some hard work. And I've heard them say, oh, coach, I'm tired. Oh, my arm's still sore from the last class when I did all those push-ups and things. So let me know about that down in the comments. We have belt testing this week, promotions next week. Best of luck. I'll see you guys in the mats very soon. Have a good day, everybody. Bye.